Hi friends, Cole Chance. Thank you for joining me here at Yoga TX. We are on day 4 of 2017 Yoga Week. So this is a week that we're just kind of going to dive in and get, start to create a good habit of yoga, get into the groove so that keeps tumbleweeding with us forward into the year. And today we're going to talk and do some balancing postures. And I also wanted to just talk a little bit about balance. That's like the internal thing that we're seeking out, the balance between social life and work life, or the balance between, eating healthy and, eating for pleasure. And I mean, I can think of a million different ways that we're always trying to come into balance. And yoga talks about this as well, because yoga talks about everything. Very wise. And they call it, one example would be the different types of energy that we have. So we have rajasic energy, which is very active and fiery and go intensity. And we have tamas, which is lethargic and slow and more isolated, quiet, kind of overly grounded maybe, if it were to be out of control. But anyway, these two different energies, and trying to bring them into balance, which would be the sattvic energy, which is balance, where the two of those it's like the best of both worlds. You're able to use both of those in harmony. So we'll talk about that as we practice as well, that we want to use some strength and some softness to come into what we're looking for, into balance. So let's get started. Let's lay down on our sides. We'll do something different here. This is called, we'll do Vishnu's couch. So let's lay your head in your arm, and we're gonna straighten the legs. Now what likes to happen, what would be nice, is if we could just put the knees out front and send the hips back. But then we don't really have to balance very much. So we're going to straighten the legs and see if you can get the feet in line. See, and I'm starting to roll back and forth. This is good. You can place the hand here for some balance. And then you can play with taking it up. So just play here, bring in the belly. And we're just playing with this sensation of trying to find the plumb line, trying to find center. So let's bring the right knee in and take the foot into tree pose. So this will want to send the hips back, but just, you can use the kickstand of the hand. Maybe you bring the hand and pull it up into tree pose here. Push into the pinky edge side of the foot. That'll help to open right here. So feeling the rocking sensation. We'll do the standing in a little bit. This is just a good place to practice here. Good. Let's roll onto the belly. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale. Let's push up. High cobra. Bend the elbows. Widen the collarbone. And exhale. Child's pose. Let's come in to downward dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Fold down. Sit down the hips. And we'll come onto the other side. There's a little roundabout way to get to the other side there. Mic a little bit. It'll throw me off balance. I can blame it on the microphone. So again here, your body will automatically want to find ways to keep itself balanced or the feet as line as you can. You can use the hand to help and then start to take it away. Play with that for a moment. And then start to bring the foot in. So wherever your tree pose is, it might be different than when you're standing. It might come to a different place than where it normally is. And it really helps if you're pushing into that pinky edge side of the foot. And don't take yourself too seriously here. Yeah. It just starts to engage everything here, all those core muscles that'll help us stand solidly. And then roll to the belly. Let's take the hands under the shoulders, and again, press toes and pubic bone into the floor. High cobra, collarbone lined. Exhale. Child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog, tuck the toes. Gaze towards the hands, step or jump. Halfway lift. Fold forward. And rise all the way up. Hands to heart center. Let's come towards the top of the mat here. And we're just gonna play. So don't be, again, like I said, don't be too serious, just let's have some fun with it. Walls are your friends in balancing poses, as are chairs. So if you wanna take the back of a chair or something, it's really nice, and you don't have to use it, but you could just have it there. So a couple of different things with balancing poses is that you do want strength, and you do want to be strong, but you also want to find a little bit of softness. So let's just start in mountain pose. So spread the feet wide. Spread the toes wide, hip width distance on the feet. Lift the toes, feel the arches rise. Start to find the four corners. So just kind of swing the hips side to side, feeling all four corners of the toes. Lift the knees up. Don't lock out the knees though, so you want a little bit of softness right there. Lift the kneecaps up and engages the quads. Pulling in the belly, knitting the ribs together, so this feels like all strengthening stuff, but then soften the shoulders down the back. Bring the hands, palms facing forward. Mountain pose. This will be the base of where we go from here. We're coming to tree pose. Again, let's spread the toes again. Lift the toes, spread them, put them back down. We'll start to shift the weight onto the side. Again, don't lock out the leg. You want a little micro bend. So that's what this looks like if it's locked out. Especially some people are hypomobile, so it'll actually look like it curves back. Just a little bit of a micro bend there. It's a little bit of buoyancy. So you can take the hand on the chair, wall, whatever, or just start to lift the leg up, and the leg can come wherever you would like it, but no in front of the knee. That's not safe. Anywhere else is good. So we'll bring it up into the thigh. So I'll give you some tricks here. Find something that's not moving. So maybe you're not looking at me. Maybe just listen to me and look at something in your house or wherever you are that's not moving. Now, pinky edge side of the foot that's the tree, the branch part of the tree. That was a little bit too much explanation on that. The bent knee, pinky edge side. Press into the leg. You can think about rolling that hip underneath as well. That helps to open up. Bring the hands into center. The more that you press the hands together, that brings everything into core. You can also pull up on the pelvic floor here. It's just kind of alighting this center. And if you sway, that's fine. Just come back in. Beautiful, and release. We'll take that on the other side. So just kind of, sometimes if you start to get cramping and stuff in the leg, putting a lot of weight in it. Also taking the standing leg in front, actually standing leg in back, and folding forward. So you're putting, so let's all do this. And we'll take, standing leg is in the back, the front leg comes around, and it's just kind of a kickstand here. Standing leg and bowing forward, so that's really helping out with the little cramp I was starting to get. and then we'll come up and we'll switch sides. Yeah? Lift left toes up. Spread them, drop them back down. Notice that you have a little bit of a bend in the left knee, and we'll start to lift the right leg. So again, you can be holding on to something here, and you can lift the foot to wherever you like. And the pinky edge side of the lifted leg presses into the thigh. That helps to open the knee. Also think about sending that hip underneath. If you're gonna roll that hip underneath, that'll also open. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Hands together, pressing together. Shoulder blades on the back. See, 3 more breaths. Maybe you grow the arms out. Maybe you sway the branches. The more that you're challenged, the more that it's building the muscular energy. So let yourself play around, and then we'll come back to center. And if you start to get any cramp there, we'll take the standing leg behind, take the other leg in front, forward fold. The front leg is just a kickstand because we're wanting to put all of our weight into the back leg as we bow forward. Yeah, that feels nice. Start to come back up. Let's try a couple more fun ones here. So let's inhale, lift the arms, lift the right knee. Exhale, figure 4. So we're just bringing it in front here, bringing the knee like we do recline pigeon on the ground. It's the same thing. So we're finding strength in the standing leg. Also a lot of strength in flexing this foot here. And then we're sending the sit bones up towards the sky to get into the hips. Another inhale. This is a good one. Actually, the farther you come down, it's actually easier because you're bringing everything more into core. Yeah. Start to straighten that leg and just slide the foot down. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Balancing poses are hard, and some days it's just like you just don't have it on some days. But those are the days it's good to work on it because you're actually building more strength on those days by working the muscles that you need. So it's really fun to notice. One day it'll be really easy. You'll float into these poses, and the very next day it's nothing. Just showing how the body's and really everything, you're always in a constant state of change. Let's kind of shake it out. We'll go to the other side. So this time, right leg is standing leg. Inhale, up, left knee lifts. Exhale, and we'll sit back as if we're sitting back in a chair. You can even have a chair behind you if you're worried about coming back and there not being a chair. So again, the more you're pressing towards center, pulling up on the pelvic floor, sending sit bones towards the sky and bending down. This is nice. And we'll bring left leg over, forward. Fold, sending most of the weight into the right leg. And then just let's spread the feet and we'll take a wide leg forward, not wide leg, but 3 feet wide leg, 3 feet wide. Bend the knees. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. So this is just getting into the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bring the heels in, toes out, and just come into Malasana for a moment. We're gonna come onto our back, but just kind of open up here. This is really nice after working the legs and the standing poses. This is a nice move. Let's come down. So balance, not only balance poses, but you notice these sequences that I create that we're actually balancing the body as well. We're wanting to balance the movements that we're doing. So we'll do a couple different things to end out here. We did some strengthening things. We'll do a couple more strengthening things, but then we'll end with some restorative things. So we're doing all the things. So let's come into boat pose. So we'll build a little more strength here. So boat pose, bring the soles of the feet on the ground, lean the body back. Start to lift the feet up, and you can stay right here. If you start to collapse, bring the toes down, bring the chest back up. This part right here is the most important, the V. So maybe you bring one and then the other, and as soon as you collapse, just come back down. About 10 more seconds, play around with this. Maybe you let the arms go. Bring the feet back to the ground. Spread the legs out, and we'll take a forward fold. So inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold forward. Think nose to toes rather than nose to knees. You could also bend the knees here. Even if you don't think that you need to, there's a different version of this. It's really nice. So bend the knees a little bit. Pull the glutes out behind you, and notice how much more integrity you have in your back. And then fold forward. Another nice thing to do here is if you have a block, give your head something to relax on. If you don't have blocks, you should really get some. They're not very expensive, and it's so nice to bring the earth to you. It's really, really nice. Go ahead and come up. Down onto the back. We'll come into bridge pose. You can come into supported bridge if you'd like, if you just want to take the block underneath the sacrum, and you can just stay right here if you're having any low back issues. Otherwise, you want to be able to graze the heels of the feet. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Press the hips up. Attach the hands to each other. Now roll onto the shoulders. Push the shoulders down into the ground so that the chest and the hips start to lift, and press the toes towards the front of the room. Notice if the knees are splaying out. And actually, that's a great idea. Between your knees, squeeze the block as you come up. Another inhale here. Exhale. Come down. And shake the hips out. Take right leg over left. Shift hips to the right. Come down, knees to the left. So as we started out with some strengthening, and the balancing postures requires a lot of strength and concentration. To balance out this little session, and just take some time to relax. You can really look at balance in so many different ways. So just coming back to breath here. You can have knee on top of knee if this is a little bit too much. We're not going for a huge stretch here, just going for some ease, just to balance out the energetic part of the class. Let's come back to center, switch the wrap of the legs and fan them out. Shift the hips to the left. We'll come down. and back to center. Let's take this little pose I did the other day. It's really nice. This banana pose. It's a restorative pose. So take the right arm with the left hand and twist over to the left side. Take the left leg out and then take the right leg over the left leg. See, we're like a banana. I'm just getting a side body stretch. So again, talking about the balancing postures, balance is so important. It's something that works with proprioception of where our body is in space. And it's something also that we lose as we age if we don't use it and activate it. So it's something to, it's really, really important to work on and to keep alive. Let's bring our banana to the other side. So let's take the right leg out and come into it however you'd like. And then we'll take the left arm over. You can kind of roll the right blade underneath as well. I noticed I did that on both sides. And pulling the left arm and then relaxing down. This is actually really nice. Or it's like a crescent moon. I like banana though. It makes me think about eating bananas. I'm thinking about bananas and peanut butter. I'm also thinking about banana pancakes. Back to the breath. Cole, think about the breath. And then come back to center. Bring knees into the chest. Shake it out. Big, long, full body stretch. And then release it down. And I'll let you stay here as long as you like. So if you need some energy, or if you need some energy, then maybe take a shorter shavasana. If you've been already running around today and you need some relaxation, then take a longer one. It's always working on that balance. So do what you need, do what your body needs. And I think I'm going to go make some banana pancakes. Cold Chance, Yoga TX. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 5 of Yoga Week. Thanks for joining us. Your knees here, and sit your hips back. We'll walk our arms out. And your hips may not come all the way down. You may be more like this, and that's fine too. So whatever feels good to you. But walk your fingertips out so we're opening up underneath this, underneath your armpit.